What's up, everybody? It's me, Cyrus, and this is Video Game Virus. And today we're going to be talking about the new games on the PlayStation Plus service that are available, and probably just chit-chatting about a bunch of random stuff as well. Keep making little changes to the presentation here, so let me know what you think about it. We're now able to highlight comments. You'll see them in the bottom and the center there. Thanks to John, my buddy Retro Bro told me how to get this set up, and there's like a plugin that you can enable that will allow you to do this. So it's pretty cool. You'll notice the chat room is full of a bunch of gibberish because I was testing all this stuff earlier, and I forgot that I had all that stuff in the chat. So there you go. It's a bunch of fun stuff in there. But to everybody that's here, welcome. Chupacabra, yes. White Claws, yes, sir. Always. Yes, even though I've only had the White Claws the one time, I will own that forever. So, Luke says, isn't the chat always full of gibberish? Yes, it is. I would hope so. A chat not full of gibberish is not a chat that I'm interested in participating in. So yeah. Couple little cosmetic changes here. I have been tinkering around and playing with my SCART. I have this old SCART to HDMI adapter. It's not a good one. It's like one of those cheap little box ones. Like, this is what it looks like. It's this thing. I'm sure you've seen these. Oh, I don't know if you've used these, but these are very popular and very cheap. The reason I've been tinkering with that is because I'm getting the SCART cable to try to fix the, that thing that didn't work, and hopefully I can get it to work. But so I've been just messing around with that all day and messing around with this setup all day also. But I wanted to get on here and just do another show. I want to do these pretty regularly. I'm not saying every day, but pretty regularly. Just come on and talk about something, talk about things. I also been talking with Mike, Pickle Gamer, about our next episode of Game Ramblin', which we will be doing on Sunday, so it should post Sunday night or early Monday morning. And we've got a bunch of topics for that we're getting together as well. Luke says, "Oh, want to know how I got these SCARTs?" Want to know how I got these SCARTs? My father was a drunk fiend. Let's take a look at our PlayStation games coming up. Here we go. PlayStation Plus Essential Free Games for July 2023. Available now. Not everybody cares about PlayStation stuff, but you guys know me. If nothing else, I am a pony. So... not that I don't own Xbox and, Xbox Series S and blah, 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 blah. But I'm a PlayStation dude, so. July 2020, July 2020, Barbara Waters here, 2020. Tell us about your father and how he treated you when you were growing up. How were you abused often? What was it like what was it like being left alone for so long? Luke says, I just stream Endling today. It's a fantastic game. I have not heard of that. What is Endling about? I have not heard of that one. July 2023's lineup of PlayStation Plus Essential Games are now available for download, following a leak and subsequent confirmation of the 3 included games: Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Alan Wake Remastered, and Endling. Endling's the game right here that you just mentioned. It'd help if I would read. Extinction is forever. You can now head to PlayStation Store to grab the PS Plus freebies. Dedicated wham? I don't know. All right. Alan Wake Remastered. I never did beat Alan Wake. I had it on the 360. I never did beat it, and I haven't played the remastered one, so I'll definitely want to do that. It seemed like a really cool game. I just never played all the way through it. Alan Wake Remastered is particularly timely as Alan Wake 2 is set to launch October 17th for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. If you've never played the original game, the 2021 remaster is definitely worth checking out. The action adventure follows the eponymous thriller novelist's search for his missing, I don't know, for his missing wife while on vacation in a curious little town. Though the original game only dabbled with horror, the sequel looks like a straight up horror game. Both the PS5 and PS4 versions of Alan Wake Remastered will be up for grabs. And we all want to grab on some Alan Wake. Luke says, yes, George Michael was very dedicated. I remember George Michael. He had a monkey. He talked about it often. He tried to free it, but that was easier said than done. PS Plus subscribers will also be able to check out Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the 2020 entry into the first person shooter franchise. Cold War is the latest iteration of the Black Ops sub-series from Treyarch and Raven Software. Its campaign is, unsurprisingly, set during the 1980s, and it has a full online multiplayer suite as well as zombies mode. You know, I remember playing that when the PS5 first came out. That was the one that had Ronald Reagan. I thought that was a pretty cool game. I actually liked that one. So that's nice that it's part of the PS Plus games. That's pretty cool. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Yes, the monkey of brass. He's awfully funky, that monkey. Evil is lurking somewhere in the shadows, hidden. In the darkness lurks evil. Evil will always be lurking, upside down apparently, but smiling. Silver Wings, what's up? Best Barbara Walters interview was with Sean Connery, where he said it was okay to slap a woman. Sean was definitely thinking Walters was the one who needed a good slap. I remember I thought when she interviewed, I don't know if you ever saw this clip. It came up on my feed not too long ago, where she interviewed Dolly Parton, and this was like the year I was born, like 1977. And Dolly Parton, man, Barbara Walters was kind of a biatch. Like, she was like really talking down to her, and Dolly was just like giving it right back, like very like intelligently, by the way. I was impressed. I've always been impressed with Dolly Parton. For different reasons, various reasons. We'll just say that. She's an impressive woman. Luke says, who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Apparently, evil knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men. But what men lurk in the heart of evils? Men? What? I don't know. There's a thing there, but Silver Wings. No, I didn't see the Dolly Parton interview. You should check it out. You should check it out. It was back when she was like, yeah, she was very nice looking at that time. She's still, I mean, she's old and it's been a good run, but 1977 Dolly Parton was not bad to look at or listen to, apparently. Luke says, sorry, phone charged. Words on me the first time. What? Sorry, phone changed words on me the first time. It's like it charged your words? I didn't know phones could charge words. She is very talented. Yes, she is. She has a very large heart. Jolene, yes. Dolly Parton was awesome, still is. The final free game for July isn't as well known as the other two, but it has a great reputation, just like Dolly Parton. Ending Extinction is Forever. Apparently, this is a game that has been, that Luke has seen the ending for. Luke has beaten Ending Extinction is Forever. Or have you just played through it? I didn't see if you beat it. What's up, John? How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Feel free to say hi. Anybody wants to stop in the voice chat, you can do so on my Discord. You're welcome to come in and hang out. But if you cause problems, obviously, being out, you go out the door, the boot, the various metaphors apply. It places you in the role of the last mother fox in the world. Ooh, the foxy mama. It's the last one. I am the last one. No, you're not. You're a dragon. You're not a fox. Damn it. But it's okay, because I can hit a woman, Trebek. Your job is to avoid extinction in a harsh environment. Endling released last summer and currently holds an overwhelmingly positive user rating on Steam. Well, we'll see about that after this video. Huh? Am I right, review bombers? Am I right? The art style is absolutely gorgeous. And you won't have to invest too much time to complete it. The adventure is a runtime of around 5 hours. Cool. So 3 games on PlayStation Plus: Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Alan Wake Remastered, and ending Extinction is Forever. No mention of Dolly Parton specifically, but I believe that she enjoys these games as well. So thank you, GameSpot, for illuminating us as to what we will be getting as part of our service. Service is very important. And today's 4th of July, so it's a day that everybody in the United States looks to with, I guess, appreciation for all of the things that, yes, strike home, absolutely. That we're very appreciative of a lot of things in the United States. Let's just say that. Oh, you just played it a little bit. Okay, I got you. But yeah, we're, it's good to be appreciative of all the things that we have, because we took all of them from the Native Americans. So we should remember to be appreciative of of our freedoms. It's a good day, right? We're all celebrating today. There's a lot of people that fought and died for our freedom, and we're all trying to be like patriotic today here in the United States. Every country has its own version of a day like today. This just happens to be ours. There are many like it, but this one is ours, as they say. So anyway, I think it's pretty good for July. Call of Duty would be good. That's a good, patriotic 80s themed war game that'll, apply for the month. But I think I definitely want to play through Alan Wake Remastered. What I had seen of it back in the day was very interesting and compelling. I just didn't, the story, the same story. It's the same story for every game. Oh, that game looks awesome. That game looks amazing. I can't wait to play that game. Did you play that game, Cy? No. How long ago did it come out? Why do you ask that question? Well, I just wondered, because you were so excited to play that game. I'm sure that you played it, right? Because you kept talking about it all the time and you were very interested. So how many times have you played that game? Oh, well, I don't remember exactly. Well, how many hours have you put into that game that you really were excited about and wanted to play desperately? Look, I don't need to answer all of these questions right now. I have a lot going on. You never played that game, did you? This is the internal monologue that repeats in my head when I see things like this. I never heard of Endling. Endling Extinction is Forever. Let's take a look at that, because I don't recognize that. Luke! What is up, my friend? I don't know if you can hear me. I can hear you. Are you there, Luke? Have you joined with us? Yeah. Let's see, some images. Endling. There's a lot of images. Oh, okay. It's like a cartoony kind of thing going on. I never played this. Luke, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was on my Verizon phone, so I needed to make sure that you could hear me.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? Like, I never have technical issues on this channel, ever. This is this is unacceptable.
I rarely, if ever, have technical issues, so you need to
Yes.
get your act together.
I know. Like, it's ridiculous that this would only happen on my show, since you never have any technical issues of any kind ever.
Exactly. It's uh,
Tell me about this
some people
game. You
are like,
said you were playing this game, Inling. What is your experience with this?
uh, well, first, right off the bat, I was really blown away by the graphical style.
Hmm.
It is a beautiful game. And that's one of the things that I kind of first mentioned when I was started streaming it is I love when developers take this kind of graphical style with a game because I think it holds up really well. This is a game that 5 years from now you could look at and still say, "Hey, that game looks really good." Kind of
Right.
like Okami, like it's that kind of art style.
Ah. So it's like sort of cell shady, kind of. I don't know. It looks like pseudo 3D ish, like almost like hand drawn, kind of, but it's still 3D. It's like that where they.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. And I thought at first that it was just going to be like a simple, left to right style game because that's kind of how it looks, but you actually you can jump in and out almost in the environments. It's just really cool. I'd never heard of this game until I saw it today for free, and I was like, well, it's free. And typically, I'll see some odd name game like that I don't know, and I'll skip it over. But I kind of looked at the pictures and description, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like something I would love to check out. And I just right away downloaded it, did a live stream of it, and was really impressed with it.
It looks pretty cool. It doesn't look too bad, and I like the price. I like the price. I don't want to, I don't want to like complain about prices too much. I know that there's a lot of changes going on with pricing out there, but it's nice to have free games once in a while. They're not really free though. I mean, we're paying for the
Yeah, as long as
service.
you pay for that PlayStation service, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I was talking to my mother-in-law about this game because she likes kind of games like this, and I was like, I think this is one you'd really like. And she's a big Switch player, so I looked to see if it was on Switch, and it is.
Hmm.
It's a $30 game on Switch, so yeah, PlayStation giving it away for free is fantastic.
The infamous Switch tax.
Yes.
Yes. Man, it really sucks. Like, there's so many games that come out that will be on Switch, and you're like, oh, that's the one I would like to get it on Switch because then I'll have portable and home. But they're aware that that's why you would want it on Switch, and yeah, it's like every time, like that new game that came out that John's been playing, it's on Switch, but it's not $1.50. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. It sucks. I mean, sometimes you can get some good deals on the Switch. There are good deals to be had. I mean, I've picked up a lot of games on sale on the Switch, but yeah, if it's like a new game or whatever, and a lot of times when it is on sale and other things, it's not on sale on the Switch. It just sucks. But yeah, this looks like a really interesting game.
Yeah, I think if you dig this kind of, if you look at it and you dig this kind of art style, um, I think you'd really enjoy it. What I've kind of seen so far of it, it's about survival. As the mother fox, you're watching over your babies. You have to go out and get food for them and bring it back, and then eventually you get to the point where they're coming out with you, and you're kind of like teaching them skills like jumping and swimming and just different things like that. So it's really cool, and then trying to survive as well because there's people that are trying to destroy the foxes.
Yeah, normally I try to stay away from games about foxes, but this one seems pretty cool. Um, yeah, I never played Super Lucky's Tale either. I'm trying to think. Was that a fox in that game, or is that a different?
Yeah, the Lucky's Tale games are really good. If you enjoy platformers, like those are great games.
Yeah, that's cool. This looks like an interesting game. How many hours did you say you put into this?
I've played it for about an hour.
Oh, about like
I
an
think it
hour.
said it was what? Yeah, I think it said it was like in a 5 hour game or something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a. It's kind of a like an. Is this like an indie game or like just like a short little experience? I guess.
Well, I've not seen Indy yet. You're referring to Indiana Jones, right?
Yes, Indiana Jones is in this game, right? Like that. That's what I. As soon as I saw the fox, I was like, Indiana Jones is in this, right? Like, I mean, I hope so. You're really dropping the ball there. You know, if there's no Indy, I don't know why they even bothered. It says Endling.
Yeah.
That's like Indy, sort of. You could mishear that and think it was the same thing. I thought it was like a play on words or something to try to like, oh, the surprise is you know, halfway through Harrison Ford shows up. But I mean, what do I know? You know?
Fortune and glory.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Why is it called Endling? Oh, because it's the last of the Foxy Mamas.
Yeah. Last of the Foxy Mamas.
Yes, I bet furries would enjoy this game.
I think they were going to call it originally The Last of Us, but the name was taken.
You know, unfortunately I think that that's true. I've heard that. I've heard that that's true. Zero Fox Given. Very nice, Tricom. Yes, Zero Fox Given. That'll be the prequel. That'll be the prequel. You know, Zero Fox Given. Yeah. Is this a sad game? Is this gonna make me cry if I play this? Because I don't like to cry a lot. And if I do, I don't like to talk about it.
I kind of get the feeling that it might be. It's kind of,
Damn it.
it kind of seems like it's going along those
See?
lines of
I saw that.
ancient and survival.
I saw this thumbnail from this says biggest tears of the year. Oh no! Oh no! I can't play this game. What are you trying to do to me, Luke? No. I get so emotional when I'm like, does that ever happen to you where you're playing a game and like something will happen and you're just like, oh, you know?
I've never cried during a game. I've been really scared. I've been scared quite a bit because I play a lot of horror games, a lot of jump scares.
Okay, well, so this isn't really a horror game though. This is more, or is it? Am I wrong? Like, what kind of game is this? Like, if you could like categorize it somehow, like, what would you say?
It's about the horrors of humanity and them trying to wipe out every last living creature, I guess.
Oh, so it's a family game. It's for the, you know.
Yeah, it's. I think PETA would approve of this game. I think it would be a really good game on PETA's list of top, pet and animal friendly games.
I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, well, it's free, so I'll definitely have to try it. You know, I like
Yeah.
free. I can deal with free. I can work with that.
And, you were talking about Call of Duty Black Ops as well. I love the campaign in Black Ops. I thought it was a great game too. Like this month, Sony has killed it on these free games. Like these games are great.
This is Cold War, and this is the one with Ronald Reagan. This was the first one on PS5.
Yep.
I like this game. I thought this was a good game. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing that some more. Did you ever play that online? Because it actually was really fun online.
I did. I actually really liked the online. I didn't play too much into the zombies. Usually zombie mode is like the first one I go for. Um,
Yeah.
the one thing I found that was different with the campaign, you've played it, right?
Yes, a little bit. I didn't play all the way through it, but I did play it quite a bit.
One thing that I found was different and wasn't really necessarily a fan of was kind of how you go to like the board and kind of pick your mission off there. Like I liked more of just the straightforward campaign like the other Call of Duty games. Like that one just kind of having you in the room and going there to the board and picking that stuff. I wasn't a big fan of that part of it.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know how far I got into the graphics were really good though. The graphics were really good. It was very
Oh, it
impressive.
looks amazing.
The only thing I didn't like was this was one of the first games that I tried that had the pressure or the resistive trigger stuff. And
Yes.
I didn't like that, so I had to disable that. But I was glad you could disable that. But I liked the game. I thought it was a good game. And I definitely need to play all the way through it. So
And for all the hate the Call of Duty games get, I really enjoy them, but I don't buy them solely for the online. Like I buy them for the campaign. I know most people will buy them and they never touch the campaign, but I do both. Like, and especially if there's zombie modes, which, they pretty much have that in every one of them anymore. I mean, I get my money's worth out of the Call of Duty games because I do play all the modes.
Do you think we're ever going to get another campaign, or do you think they're just doing this online stuff now? Like, has Has that ship sailed?
If they do purely campaign, I won't buy anymore because, like I said, I really do enjoy the campaigns. I think the Call of Duty games have a lot of really good campaigns, and if people are skipping over that, they're missing out on a lot of good stories. Even Infinite War, a lot of people didn't like that one, but I thought that one had a really good campaign to it as well.
That was the one with Jon Snow in it, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that
I
one.
kept waiting for his dire wolves to show up, but they never showed up.
Yeah, yeah, that was like anytime I mention Jon Snow, my cat will come seeing what the hell is going on because it's
Yes,
like,
Daddy, you're talking about me.
he doesn't like when I'm talking. When I talk like this, it freaks him out because he's like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" Like he's like, he gets really upset. The other, what upsets him even more than that, though, is if I happen to play like a video that I've made, and he can hear my voice, but it's not coming out of my face. He doesn't understand that at all. It's like he's just stares at me, and he'll like scream. He'll be like, "Ah!" And I'll be like, "Whoa!" And he'll go, "Oh, okay, okay," and then he'll leave. Like,
Doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the ventriloquism.
yeah. Martin Meyer, it's nice to hear your voice, Cyrus. I thought you had disappeared, but I noticed you've never really been gone, right? Hope. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Trying to get things figured out on the channel as far as regularly streaming again and bringing back Video Game Virus as a show instead of as the channel itself. But so far things are going pretty good, and everybody's been really nice to me, so I appreciate that. Except for Luke.
Well, I try to be like the other internet trolls. Try to fit
How dare you, Luke? Yeah.
No, Cyrus, I would say out of all my friends I have, you are hands down my best friend. So I've always got your back, dude.
You better be careful saying that because there's another guy who will get very upset and we'll have to fight. Like there was a threat of a possible mud wrestling match over who was going to get this honor, this distinction. I appreciate that very much, but I know that by saying that, you have put my life into jeopardy.
Well, I'm always down for mud wrestling, just for any reason. I don't even have to have a reason to mud wrestle. But if it's for your friendship, then heck yeah, I'm down.
All right. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's cooler heads prevail, right? Man, this game is badass looking. Have you ever played all the way through Alan Wake?
No, I've never played Alan Wake, so this is one I've talked to my wife about a lot. I've really been looking at buying it, but I didn't know exactly if I would like it, and have been watching the prices of it for it to drop down to nearly nothing because I was just afraid to invest a lot. But now that it's free, heck yeah, I'm playing it like immediately.
Yes, dude. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's your channel, but this is like tailor made for you. Like you should do this on your channel for sure. That's really
Well,
cool.
since you said to do it, I was planning on doing it, but since you said to, I've changed my mind now.
Damn it! I've ruined it.
It's all your fault.
I've ruined
It's all your
everything.
fault.
Everything
You
I
ruined the
touched.
surprise.
Yes, I have instead of the Midas touch, I have the Cyrus touch, and everything I touch turns to crap. Damn it!
Cyrus check.
Martin says your video reviews are real nice. Always like your spin on things. Thank you, sir. Muchos gracias. Muchos gracias. The only thing is I really don't do reviews. Like I'm not a reviewer. Like I just talk about stuff and talk about why I like stuff. I have I'm a very I don't know what I am. What do you think I am, Luke? Am I toxically positive or am I just overly positive? Because I know I'm very positive about things. Is it to the point of toxicity or is it just maybe a little too excessive?
All of the toxic.
All of
as
it.
toxic as
Yes.
yes, all of it. No,
Yes.
I think you're just honest. Like, the stuff that you talk about, I've never watched anything that you've ever done, even before you and I became close friends, and ever felt that, you were trying to manipulate or mislead anyone. I think you're just honest with your opinion. If it's something you really love, you talk about it and go into details about it. I've never felt that, anything you've talked about has ever been misleading or dishonest.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Although I do admit that sometimes I wonder about myself. I wonder if I should trust my own thinking because I have, I like a lot of crap. like I enjoy games that other people despise. There are games that I think are really, really awesome that a lot of people would be like, there's no way that you could actually like this. you know?
Yeah.
But I'm that guy, you know? So in my mind, I feel that I'm being, like you said, honest, but I do look at some of these games, like particularly like I was watching your stream the other day with BCB talking about, or was it yesterday, or day, whenever it was, and y'all were talking about the Jaguar stuff. Jaguar.
Yeah.
The Atari Jaguar. Excuse me, picking my microphone up here when I say the Atari Jaguar, son. You know what I'm talking about. Jaguar. Anyway, I know that I love the Jaguar more than a rational person should. Like a sensible gamer should look at the Atari Jaguar with skepticism. At the very least, skepticism, right? And instead I look at it and I go, "Oh, that's cool. I like that. That game's fun. Oh, I like that game too." And a lot of them are inexcusably bad. The thing is, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up on it. Like, like Checkered Flag, for example, is absolutely horrendous. I know that it's horrendous, but I still will put the cartridge in sometimes, and I will play the game, or quote unquote
Yeah.
play the game. And I'm trying to have fun really hard. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. But I don't want it to suck. I want it to be good. And I think that sometimes I love something because I feel like it could get better. It could work out somehow. But it just doesn't sometimes. I don't do the math. Yes, I do. I love the Jaguar. I don't know why. I do.
I know you do, and most people that are big Jaguar fans are, you know, diehard Atari fans. They love Atari. So I mean, any console that Atari's put out, even though there may only be like 50 games on it, they're still fans of it, of that console. They're fans of it because they're Atari fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a market for every game, even though it may be a horrible game. There's still a market for it. There's someone who likes it. Just because you like something that someone else doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it.
Well, I mean,
you're unique because you like it.
We used to talk, I don't know if you remember this, but we used to talk quite a bit about the ColecoVision. And that's a console I've never owned, and I only have played some of the games through like emulation. Did you ever end up buying one of those? The ColecoVision?
I got the flashback,
Oh,
and
the flashback, that's right.
I really like it. I really love what I've played and experienced of the ColecoVision. I wish it was one of those consoles that back in the day I would have had. I think it's very unique. I really like it.
Yeah, I just never got that one, and I've seen like other people playing it, and I would be like, "Damn, that's a really good version of Donkey Kong." Or,
Oh yeah,
there's like different games on it that I'm like, Zaxxon looked really good on it. I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." But that controller's strange. Like, what is it like using that controller? Because I don't understand what that controller does. Does it like, do you grab it like a 7800 controller kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Where you grab it like this and you move it? How does that work exactly?
I think so. I mean, like for me, I kind of hold it, I guess you would say, like with my right hand, and then use my left hand to move the joystick around. So like my right hand like hits the buttons on the on the number pad. So it's different from holding like the Intellivision controller.
Yeah.
I've never played a 7800 or anything. so I'm not really sure on that. But I'm assuming you probably hold it about the same. Like I said, I hold it in my right hand, just kind of use my thumb to hit those number keys, and then my left hand to move the joystick.
Yeah. I'm just curious about the console because I've never owned one. I've barely, like I said, I never really played one. I've never played one. I've only played it through emulation, so I've never actually played a real one. But it's a fascinating console because it has all these modules, and they there was like a more modern module. It's a lot of ma sounds. Sorry. There was a more modern module for the ColecoVision that was released a few years ago, like 2016 maybe. And like, you know what I'm talking about when I say modules? Like the ColecoVision has like actual like upgradable like equipment that plugs into it that can make it.
I,
Hmm?
I know they did like a steering wheel module add-on for it. I know they did that. There was a 2600 module add-on for it. Now, are you the one you're talking about a couple years ago? Are you talking about the Phoenix Vision, I believe it is?
Maybe that's what it is. Let me try that.
Because they made a newer console that was an FPGA ColecoVision. Collector Vision made the console.
Collector Vision Phoenix. There it is.
But yeah, it's an FPGA console, plays all original,
Well, that's not what I
all
was
the
talking
original.
about. That's actually not what I was talking about. That's really cool too, though. That's very interesting. An FPGA ColecoVision. That's badass.
Unfortunately, they don't make this any longer. I've actually reached out to them because I wanted to buy one. But they said, I guess it was made like limited run, just a limited number of consoles made.
Son of a
But
bitch.
hopefully they'll let me know if they ever, release any more again, because I would love to have one of those.
Martin says the ColecoVision was our first console. It represents a lot of nostalgia for me, but even today, I still think the NES is my reference baseline for retro video games. I think most people would agree with that. I'm I'm old as dirt, so I love older than dirt crap, super duper retro stuff, as I like to call it. But I understand what you're saying. Most people stop at the NES and they don't go back from that. But there was this module. I thought it was called the Super something module. Super. It was.
Hmm.
It added a whole bunch of extra power to the ColecoVision. Let me try
I
to.
think maybe it was Atom I'm thinking about. I was thinking there was like an Atom add-on to it as well that added more like the computer side to it, but maybe that was the Atom itself that I'm thinking of. I just within the last year got to know about the ColecoVision and grew to love the console. I think it's fantastic. So it's not anything that I have any nostalgia for. And that's the kind of thing that I love is with games or even movies. Like for me, as I said, I had no nostalgia for this console, but I discovered it and I started playing a lot of games and I absolutely love it. Like I love everything about it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's just so interesting because they have all like I don't know if you can see the stream, but there's like these expansion modules. Like there's a 2600 thing that lets you actually play Atari games on it. And
Yeah.
but yeah, there's the steering wheel you're talking about. And but this one thing that I'm talking about, I don't see it listed here, but there was a look at this 1996 first ever ColecoVision game was a Tetris clone called Kevtris. Is that why Kevtris calls himself that? Because of the homebrew version of Tetris on the ColecoVision? I wonder if that's what that's about.
I don't know.
Okay, here it is. In 2012, they released Super Game Module Expansion, which increased the RAM from 1 kilobyte to 32 kilobyte, adds 4 additional sound channels. Expansion brings the ColecoVision close to the MSX architecture standard,
Hmm.
allowing MSX software to be easily ported. That's fascinating. Huh.
And
Yeah.
I think you can use those modules with that Phoenix as well. So I wonder what that would do with the Phoenix if you can use that on there.
Uh, Martin says the Super Game Module was supposed to come out, but the video game crashed full. Oh, it didn't come out? Oh, really? Oh, it was supposed to come out back in the day. Oh, I see what you're saying. It was supposed to come out back whenever ColecoVision was originally out. Ah, it was a video game crash. I'm a
Oh,
little slow. Comes with being super old. That's a cool console. Like, so that's one that fascinates me. It's expensive as hell though if you want to try to buy a good ColecoVision. I think one time when we were looking at stuff, you had sent me something on eBay and you were like, "Should I get this?" And I was like, "Oh man, that's a lot of money." But maybe you should have got it. uh,
yeah. I, and I regret this so bad. I think I told you this story, but there was a lady. She had one listed on Facebook Marketplace. She was about 2 hours from me, but she was selling the console. It had the Atari 2600 add-on, and oh my gosh, there was probably 30 games or so, which were a mix of ColecoVision and 2600 games. It came with 2600 joysticks. She only wanted $100 for it, but I didn't want to make the drive, and now I'm like, man, I should have made that drive.
wow, dude, $100. How dare you? I'm gonna kick you
Yeah.
out. Go. You have to go hang out with BCB now. We're not. This friendship is over. Uh,
Well, I didn't like the idea of, 4 hours there and back. I wasn't fond of that.
I understand, but damn, dude, that sucks. That would have been great. So cool.
Yeah.
Why am I not finding anything about this module? Let me try Google. Stupid Bing. What do they know? They don't know anything at Bing. I just want to find this thing so I can take a look at it. I like to watch.
Anyway, ColecoVision, it's like the Intellivision too.
There it
If you check
is.
out the Collector Vision website, there's still new games being made for it, like new homebrews and actual, new games that are being made for it. Like I said, like the Intellivision as well. I love the fact that people are still putting support into these old retro consoles.
Yeah. Okay, so here it is. I found it. The ColecoVision Super Game Module. Apparently, it was released in 2013, and I guess they stopped making it in 2020. At least
Hmm.
I guess. Um, yeah. So there's a bunch of games that I guess that were released that have enhancements for it. Saxon, Dragon's Lair, Galaga, Goonies, Twinbee, Xanac. Oh, I bet that's a good version of Xanac. Super Pac-Man.
That's
Uh,
one thing that I hate with the flashback is I don't have versions of games like Donkey Kong and stuff like that because I would love to have those on there as well.
yeah, man. See, that's what sucks. Like, I have that Intellivision flashback, and it was really cool, but you can't put any other games on it. I was like, ugh. So that's why I ended up buying another Intellivision, and I loved the Intellivision, but I really wish that it had better video output. I just modding it is I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going down that road. Um,
Yeah, I know there's gosh, what is it? There's a flashback of the Intellivision that people have actually, made where you can add ROMs and stuff like that to it. I see a lot of guys do a lot of streams from those. I can't think of what it was called now, but I believe someone maybe on Atari Age was like, taking your console and modding it like that and charging you so much money and would send it back to you.
yeah, dude, I would love to get my Atari 7800 and my Intellivision modded. I don't normally like the idea of modding consoles, but I can't freaking stand RF. Like, I have this box over here that will like transcode the RF and turn it into composite video, and I have to amplify the signal before I do that, and it's pretty good, but man, this S video modded Atari 5200 that I have is immaculate. The picture is so good and the sound is so good. And I'm like, God, I wish I had that on the other ones. And that's the cool thing
Yeah.
about having the like the Intellivision flashback, and for you having the Coleco flashback, because the picture and sound is so good. But god dang, man, it's like that's it. No more, no new games other than that.
The only problem that I had with both I've got the Intellivision flashback as well. The only problem I had, which you helped direct me on how to fix my settings in OBS there, was just where they were both composite. The video would be really dark and didn't really look that great.
Yeah,
Um, but you told me how to tweak those settings and stuff in OBS, and made my N64 look good. So I really need to hook my ColecoVision and stuff up and do some test footage through OBS and see how those look on there. I bet they would look really great as well now.
I think yeah, I think so. I think so. Silverwing says RF isn't enough for 70s consoles. Do you really need your dot to be sharper? It's a good point. It's a good point. But it's not it's not just the sharpness, it's also like noise. There's like noise in the signal, and it kind of like this is because of the noise. This is going to sound weird. When I record a video of Intellivision stuff or Atari 7800, 2600 stuff, not with the 5200, but with the 7800, 2600 Intellivision, those things, the video, it, I'm just recording it like I would record anything else, but it takes so much more memory. Like a video, like an hour of playing Intellivision is like, it's going to be like 7 or 8 gigabytes. Whereas if I play the same game with the same settings and I record on the 5200, it's like less than a gigabyte. And it's because of that noise, because the video is trying to encode a whole bunch of extra detail that I don't even want, but it's trying to encode. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because there's like this slight amount of noise, it makes a video, the encoder thinks it needs to capture all that detail. So it's like, so
Yeah. Doesn't know how to handle the super duper retro.
it's too much. It's too much. It's like, what do we like? Really? I guess he wants all this. I guess, and I'm like, no, I don't. Uh,
You talking about the noise? All I could think of was the Grinch and how the Grinch stole Christmas. Oh, the noise, noise, noise.
there's a setting on my retro tank that I think I actually should probably turn on when I do those. I'm just now thinking about this. I don't know why I never thought of this. There's a setting that will probably get rid of some of that fine detail, because Silver Wings is 100% correct. I don't need more detail. I need less detail. I don't. Yeah. So it's a strange predicament. It's a strange predicament.
Yeah.
But anyway, this super game module, I would love to see one of these out in the wild, or if somebody had one of these, I would love to talk with them about it, because that's actually fascinating. What an interesting console, this modular upgradable thing. I love that, because TurboGrafx, I mean, how many upgrades are there for the TurboGrafx and PC Engine? I love that whole concept. So it is fascinating to me. I probably would have got a ColecoVision a long time ago if I would have known it was like that, but I had no idea. So it's weird.
It's funny, when you look at the history of like ColecoVision. I think it was just like a leather company or whatever, and they
Right.
got into like video game development.
Martin says, I get the video modding because natively the Coleco's video signal is quite noisy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Silverwing says, I still don't have a ColecoVision. I find that hard to believe, Silverwings. I find that very difficult to believe. I don't know. I mean, normally you've been very honest. Normally the things you say, I take to heart. I'm starting to doubt you. This is the moment. This might be the moment when you go too far. Like I know I'm a sucker. I know I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Connecticut Leather Company. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Or Company. Company? Ooh. No, Connecticut Leather Company.
Yeah. They just combine the letters down to make Coleco.
Yeah, that's what they did. And it's why were they in the damn video game business? What were they doing? Like, how did that happen? I want to know, like, what was the, I'm sure there's a fascinating story there. I just don't know what it is. I'm sure there was like something incredible that happened, but it's like, I'm just imagining this company like, well, how's business going? Well, we got these cows and we got to get them all up to the slaughterhouse and get the leather going. You got to make these belts and these boots. We got orders for, the seats for the cars from Ford and all this kind of stuff. And while I was at Ford last week, we stopped by Toys R Us and they had this video game. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. I just want to know how that meeting happened. I don't know.
I
So
can just imagine them, pressing out belts, and be like, you know what we really need to make instead of belts? We need to make video games.
yeah,
I mean, how do you making leather and belts to video games? Like that's a big transition, a big change.
I'm just imagining like the owner of the company or the president of the company, whatever. Like somebody brought this idea up in a board meeting that when it very first was introduced, because there had to been some moment when it first got introduced. I just want to know, like, who thought that was something that they should do and why? Why did they feel, obviously, I mean, the company went for it, but why? Like, what was going on? Like, they're like, hey, you know what the old man really likes? What? Gadgets. That's a good point. We can get a promotion if we'll sell them on this idea. It's just interesting. Yeah. It's funny to me that Coleco like got like Donkey Kong, like
Yeah.
they got the good version of Donkey Kong, 2600 in television, but ColecoVision, fantastic. It's just very interesting that happened for them. Why? This is a strange. There has to be some really fascinating, like they must have had like some like wild, crazy like salespeople or something that were like, they had all these big ideas and these big plans, and they were just like making so much money for the company that they were like, yeah, go for it, man. You want to do that? Do that. See how it goes. You think you can get Donkey? Like, this is probably what happened. They're like, here's what we're going to do, boss. We're going to make a video game console because it's making, these things are everywhere. This is everything. This is the future. The kids love this stuff. It's going to take our company to a whole nother level, blah, 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 blah. And the old man who's like running the company, sitting back, and he's just like, what in the hell's going on here? And they're like, yeah, and there's this really cool arcade game right now that's like doing gangbusters and it's awesome. And we're going to go and we're going to get that game and it's going to be on our console. We're going to have the biggest game in the world on our console. They're like, you're going to get the biggest video game in the world on a console made by a leather company. That's right, boss. We got it all worked out. I'll tell you what, if you can go down to this, what is this? Nintendo? If you can go down to this Nintendo and you talk those guys into putting the biggest video game in the world on our console, you go for it. We'll do it. Like, all right, boss, we got it. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna go to lunch. And then like it comes back and they're like, all right, here's the contract. But what? We have to actually spend all this money and make this thing? Oh wow. I just imagine it was a fascinating story.
Yeah. And the boss was like, aren't those guys Japanese? How did you talk to these guys?
Did they understand what you were, what they signed? Like, how did you, what did you do here? What's really going on? Did you get us into trouble?
How did you break down this language barrier with you being a belt salesman? How did you do this?
Yeah, I'm very concerned. I don't know what you guys told these people. We're in a big mess. They're like, no, it's fine. It's we learned Japanese over spring break. What? I don't know. It's just fascinating. Interesting console.
They used Babel.
So somebody needs to do a video about the history of Coleco. I haven't seen any. I'm sure there are some, but I don't know anybody that's done one. Like
there's several out there, because when I started really getting deep into Coleco, I watched a lot of videos on it. It's really interesting, like super interesting.
Oh, Martin says, I got an email from Opcode team that are running their fourth wave of Super Game modules. I could forward you the email if you're interested. Dude, Cyrus
Wow,
Martin at yahoo.com. It's all boom.
that's cool.
Do it. I would love to. Absolutely. That would be great. They sell them for
Do it.
$50, which is way cheaper. Dude, $50.
Wow. Holy crap.
Dude, $50. I absolutely want to buy one of these for $50. And then I got to find a ColecoVision. But yeah, yeah, dude, I'm down. Like, did you see these games? They have some freaking badass games here. Yeah, Super
That's a great
Pac-Man,
thought.
Mappy, Rally X, Star Soldier, Operation Wolf, Kung Fu Master. I bet that's great. Gradius or Gradius as some Gradius as some dude, Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters? Is it the real Ghostbusters or is it those other Ghostbusters?
I want to see videos of these. I want to know what they look like.
Gauntlet 1942. Dude, I'm telling you for $50. If I could find me a ColecoVision, that's badass. Yeah. That's
You know, last I
badass.
looked, I was seeing consoles only for between 100 and 150 bucks. But the only problem was a lot of them would say that, they were not tested and stuff like that. So you were
Yeah.
taking a big risk.
Yeah. Are these controllers hardwired or are they detachable and replaceable? Because
They're detachable.
oh, they are? Okay. Man, they
Yeah,
were smart.
I'm pretty sure they have the 9 pin like the Atari 2600 and the Sega Genesis controllers.
If that's the case, that's very forward thinking. But like everything about the ColecoVision is like ahead of its time, basically, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Martin, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Should I acquire said item? Oh, they are 9 pins? Okay, awesome. Should I acquire said item and the ColecoVision? Martin, you will get full credit for taking me to the ColecoVision place where happiness is born and joy
Martin, and
knows no bounds.
congratulations, Martin, because you got him there when I couldn't do it. So you're a better man than I am.
Yeah, Martin got me there, Luke. Thank you. Okay, well, wow, today has been a good day. We have learned about our free games for the PlayStation, and Martin has given me hope that I could acquire the Super Game module for the ColecoVision, a console that I know frighteningly little about as a retro gamer. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. I have a couple of like console shames, like consoles that I never owned or don't have much experience with. ColecoVision is like I would say number 2 on that list. Number 1 is the Atari Lynx. That's my biggest console shame. And that one hurts the most because we were so close to doing the Lynx, but instead we did Game Gear. But anyway, if I could resolve this, it would be like a burden would be lifted, like a weight would be taken from me. Anyway, so Martin, thank you very much. And Luke, thank you for hanging out with me and making this a very fun second show. I'm really happy to, yeah, dude, I'm really happy to be doing this and sharing. Luke, what is going on your channel? What do you have going on?
Right now I've been getting because for a while I was doing a lot of retro, and that's what I like to try to do a bunch, a mix of retro and modern. Right now I've been getting into a lot of PlayStation 5 stuff.
Hmm.
Just recently got everything set back up to stream. So I've been doing some game streams. Got a couple different things in the pipeline to come soon. Going to do a kind of sit down show. Have different guests with each of those, different discussions. So really looking forward to doing that. Just connecting with the guests and the viewers that way.
Ooh. Martin says that they sell a flash cart for the ColecoVision. So that would be awesome. That would
Yeah,
be
load that puppy down with ROMs and you'll be good to go.
I'm starting to get excited. Like, ooh, ooh. Hey, you know what we got to do is at some point, since we're both on PlayStation and everything, we got to play. We got to do like a video or a stream or something of us playing Call of Duty, the new free Call of Duty that we're about to get.
Yeah, that would be cool. We could do some Cold War.
I would be down for that, or some zombies or something. That would be awesome. I'd be definitely be down for
Yeah,
that.
I'm always down for zombies. I probably suck at this point. I've not really like played some good games in a while, but yeah, I'm always down for it.
Yeah, Martin, I've got one of those flash carts for my XEGS, and it's fantastic. I love the XEGS. I wish I had
You
one
just
for.
need one for television.
I'm sorry, what? I garbled up
I
on
said
me.
you, I apologize. I said you need that one for the Intellivision, whatever the name of
Oh,
that one is. Fuck you.
the LTO or whatever it's called. Yeah, I need it
Yeah,
for the
flash.
fit. Yeah, I need a 5200 one. I need an Intellivision one, and I need one for my Atari 7800.
Yeah.
But I don't really need the Atari one because I have a crap ton of games. I have almost all the 7800 games.
Wow.
I have a lot. There's only a few I don't have, and they're too expensive, but I'm not buying them. But the 5200, I have a lot of games too, so I guess I don't really need it on that either. But the Intellivision, I need that because they're making those damn homebrew games, and I gotta play that damn Intellivania and some of these. I saw some Intellivision homebrew stuff that just blew my mind. I was like, wow. And the same with
Yeah.
ColecoVision. I definitely I don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, there's so many of those that I've seen coming out that just look amazing on both ColecoVision and
Yeah,
Intellivision.
absolutely, dude. So yes, I'm excited. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Luke, I look forward to what you have coming up, your new videos, and possibly at some point throwing down some PlayStation gaming with you, of some kind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be great. So Martin, thank you for being here, and Brian F was here for a little bit. Silver Wings, of course. Silver Wings had some really good information for us. Evil was here for a minute. John Retro Bro was here for a second. Chupacabra. I've seen Chupacabra before. I think that's funny. Anyway, did I miss anybody? There were several. Oh, Vinny needs zero. That is, thank you for being here. New people come in all the time. I don't always know who they are. It's nice to meet new people. It's nice to see new names, and hopefully they're not alt accounts. But it's cool. Anyway, so thanks, guys. More videos coming soon. Video Game Virus will continue and be back very soon with another stream. I appreciate you being here for this, and game on, everybody. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it, man. Oh, Eating Pace comes in at the end. And Tricome, I forgot to say Tricome. God dang it. Ah! Stupid old Swiss cheese brain head.
Gotta watch that Swiss cheese brain.
It's not, I don't know if it's going to be daily Eating Pace, but I will be doing this pretty regularly. So, anyway. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.